Here we are in time team territory with 3 days to go on our excavation. Things have gone pretty well today. Materials started to show up. You can see clearly now the trench, which might be Philip Corder's trench. Certainly somebody's been in here digging stuff out. You can see a solid layer coming up. The stones just appearing through there, more rubble stones here, and on top of that we've got a stony layer, and then over here gravelly sandy layer. Could be a yard surface. It's clearly something which is in a kind of open courtyard part of what I now think is a very large courtyard style building. The D-shaped anomaly appears to be in the centre of that, possibly, if it's still here, further down. Certainly there's a big disparity in age between Marcus Ulpius Januaritis Proscenium and the material we're getting up here, which seems to date from no earlier than around 250 AD. So a big disparity in time. Moving along, again, the continued gravelly layer, and then on top of this, clear rubble layer. And over on that side, what we're doing is doing what's called a box section. That is an arbitrary section through to try and get the depth of the stratigraphy in at least one part of this trench. As with 3 days to go, and without the financial backing of something like Time Team, which could get a mini digger in here, not that we'd want one, we are going to struggle to get down to the layers that Corder describes, because the Roman levels go down probably another at least 50 centimetres. There seemed to be a change over in that zone between a light coloured gravelly area and the darker patch, and we can see the beginnings of yet another of these flagstone surfaces coming through. So we seem to have a layer upon layer of sand, flagstone and gravel within this zone, and you can clearly see that in the section. We've got layers of gravel and flag, and then between them darker areas. We have a robber trench through under the tent that you can see here, and this was the robber trench associated with the wall of our building. Thanks to Mags Felter of the York Archaeological Trust, who's come along, which has given us advice on conservation. We had hoped initially that we could lift it en bloc by putting a big steel sheet or something underneath and lifting it all, but such is the nature of the surface underneath that this is impossible. So we've got a team very systematically lifting block by block the plaster. And so sometimes somebody will do a large jigsaw puzzle, putting the stone bits together, the plaster bits together. And here we are back on our large building. You can see one wall running through here. That isn't a wall over in that direction, that dark area, that's simply a balk to allow us to draw the section to get some idea of the profile across this part. Again, they seem to have gone in for this levelling with sand, much as you'd lay a garden path today, putting sand to get a nice flat surface before you put your flagstones down. This is exactly what they seem to be doing. Also a kind of sanitising effect, because we often find under these clean sandy layers lots of Roman rubbish, oyster shells, animal bone and that kind of thing. And certainly over in the sandy gravelly layer at the other side of the tent, we're just beginning to get that kind of thing happening. Today we managed to get right down into this robber trench, and you can see stones left in the bottom. One other thing to mention is over in the far corner of this trench there seems to be a line of nails, and a couple of days ago we found lots of roof tile. We now know, technically speaking, they're known as sandstone from the coal measures, but they tend to be called Elland flag, and they were nice like fish scale shaped stones which were arranged along in kind of diamond pattern overlapping on roofs. And we've also got the pretty standard tegulite and imbriques. The curved tiles are the imbrex, the flat tiles of the ridges, the tegula, or the standard kind of Italian style ceramic roofing material. So the buildings would have looked really nice because the Elland flag is very micaceous, there's shiny bits in it, so imagine a shower of rain, it would bring up all the colours on the roof. So Roman Brough, with its nice interior decoration and its ceramic tiles and stone roofs, was really quite a colourful place.